Welcome students. Today we will start with NCERT Class 11 Economics, Part A, Chapter 3, Theory of Demand.
So before starting the main chapter, first we will know the meaning of demand. Demand for a commodity is the quantity which a consumer is willing to buy at a particular price at a particular time. Means the desire for a commodity backed by purchasing power and the willingness to spend. The important points regarding the concept of demand are: demand always means effective demand. Desire for commodity will become demand only when it is backed by purchasing power and willingness to spend. Point number 2. Demand is a desired quantity. It shows consumer desire or need to buy the commodity, not necessarily how much he actually purchased. Point number 3 is demand is always at a certain price. For example, you may be willing to buy a shirt only if it is available at rupees 500 each. You may not demand at all if it is priced rupees 600. Moreover, demand is different at different price. You may purchase 2 shirts if they are available at rupees 400 each and 3 shirts if they are offered at rupees 300 each. Therefore, demand is always expressed in relation to a particular price. Point number 4 is demand is a flow concept. For example, at a ticket price of rupees 200, you may be willing to visit cinema only once a month. But if ticket price comes down to rupees 100, you may be willing to go to cinema 3 times a month. Thus, demand is a schedule of quantity demanded of a commodity at different price in a given period of time. Next, distinguish between demand and quantity demanded. So let's see with an example. A person may ready to purchase 2 shirts if they are available at rupees 500 each. He may be ready to purchase 4 shirts if they are offered at rupees 400 each. He may be ready to purchase 6 shirts if they are offered at rupees 300 each. The complete schedule of different quantities demanded at all possible different price is called demand for the commodity, whereas demand of 2 shirts at rupees 500 each is called quantity demanded. Similarly, demand of 4 shirts at rupees 400 each is referred to as quantity demanded. Next, determinant of demand or factor affecting demand. There are 2 types of demand. They are individual demand and market demand. Individual demand. Individual demand refers to the demand for a good or service by an individual or a household. Individual demand includes some of the important factors, and they are: point number 1, own price of the commodity. Price is the most important factor that influences a consumer's decision to purchase a particular commodity. Lower price of a commodity attracts more consumers and a higher price restricts their number. Point number 2 is price of the related goods. The demand for a good depends not only on its own price but also on the price of related goods. Related goods can be classified into complementary and substitute goods. Complementary goods are those goods which are jointly demanded for the satisfaction of wants. That is, goods are used together. For example, pen and ink, car and petrol, shirt, trouser, etc. And substitute goods are those goods which can be used in place of one another for satisfaction of a particular wants. For example, Coke and Pepsi, Colgate and Pepsodent, jeans and trouser, etc. Point number 3 is income of the consumer. Another important factor influencing the demand is consumer's income. Generally, there is a direct relationship between consumer's income and the demand for a commodity. So here, we may distinguish between normal goods and inferior goods. Normal goods, for example, a consumer increases his demand for milk, clothes, furniture and TV sets as his income increases. A consumer purchases 2 liters of milk daily when his monthly income is rupees 10,000 and purchases 3 liters of milk when his monthly income rises to rupees 12,000. inferior goods. For example, a consumer may buy toned milk when his income is less because he cannot afford to purchase pure milk, but as his income rises, he will substitute toned milk by pure milk. Point number 4 is taste, preference and fashion. Demand is directly related with taste, preference and fashion. For example, if a consumer develops a taste for a commodity, say ice cream, his demand will increase. Similarly, a change in preference or fashion also affects the demand. For example, if broad-toe shoes go out of fashion, their demand will fall. Next, market demand. Market demand for a commodity is the aggregate demand of all the individuals for that commodity at various possible price during a given period of time. Market demand is also influenced by the following factors. They are population, distribution of income, season and weather. Population, for example, growth in female population would increase the demand for cosmetics, saris, etc. Likewise, if the compositions of population goes in favor of children, the demand for toys, toffees, etc. will increase. Next is distribution of income. If income is distributed more equally among the different sections of the people, all of them will be in position to make demand for goods. The number C is season and weather. The season and weather condition also have effect on consumers' demand. For example, demand for woolen clothes goes up during winter. Fan, coolers, ACs, etc. are demanded more during summer. Similarly, during the rainy season, umbrellas and raincoats are in great demand. Next, law of demand. The law of demand states that there is an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demanded of a commodity. That is, other factors remaining the same as the price. If the commodity increases, the quantity demanded for the commodity decreases and vice versa. Thus, the law of demand gives the direction to change. Next, assumption of the law. Taste and preference of the consumer remain constant. There is no change in the income of the consumers. Price of the related goods do not change. No change in total assets. No change in population. No expectation of future change in the price of a commodity. Next, explanation of the law. The law of a demand can be illustrated with the help of a demand schedule and a demand curve. Demand schedule is a table which shows the relationship between the price and quantity demanded of a commodity. So here, price and quantity demanded has been given, which shows that the demand for a commodity rises and its price falls. Other things remain same. In the demand schedule, when price is 25, the quantity demanded is 10 units. As its price falls to 24, the quantity demanded is 12 units. Likewise, when price further falls to ₹1, the quantity demand rises to 18 units. Next, demand curve. Demand curve is derived on the basis of law of demand schedule. If we plot the various price and quantity demand of a graph paper, we shall get a demand curve. So here in this diagram, OX axis measure quantity demand and OY axis measure price. At point A, price is ₹5 per unit and the demand is 10 units. At point B, price is ₹4 and quantity demanded is 12 units, and so on. The point A, B, C, D and E are as joined by a curve. D1 is a demand curve. The demand curve slopes downward from left to right. Next, regions for the downward sloping demand curve. Point number 1 is law of diminishing marginal utility. The law of diminishing marginal utility states that with successive increase in the units of consumptions of a commodity, every additional unit of that commodity gives lesser satisfaction to the consumers. Point number 2 is law of equi-marginal utility. Law of demand can also be explained on the basis of equi-marginal utility. Point number 3 is income effect. When the price of a commodity falls, the consumers will have greater purchasing power. The change in demand due to change in purchasing power is called income effect. Point number 4 is substitution effect. For example, a rise in the price of commodity, say coffee, also means that the price of its substitute, say tea, has fallen with respect to coffee even though price of tea remains unchanged. As a result, people buy less of coffee because they now substitute tea for coffee. The change in demand due to change in relative price is called the substitution effect. Point number 5 is change in the number of buyers. When price of a commodity falls, many new buyers start demanding the good which they were not able to buy earlier due to high price. Besides, new buyers, old consumers of the commodity also start buying more quantity of the good. On the other hand, when the price rises, demand falls, some buyers may find the good beyond their reach. So students, the remaining topic we will continue in the next video. Thank you.